USA, the greatest entertainers in America, as requested by you, the servicemen and women of the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till it's over there. Okay there, men, step up to your international slot machine and meet a great quartet of nickel nursers who are jackpot stuff at all APOs and FPOs. And tonight, in answer to your letters to Command Performance, Armed Forces Radio, Los Angeles, USA, we've hit the jackpot ourselves. And to prove we aren't fanning the breeze, the three bars are Judy, Garland, Bing Crosby, and Frank Sinatra. Of course, every slot machine has a lemon, which reminds me, here's the young man who's played every camp in the country, including some so small that the commanding officer is a PFC. Fellas, Bob Hope.
How do you do, fellas? This is Bob, Command Performance Hope, telling you guys whether you're married or single, the Army is the only place where you can get breakfast on a shingle. That's a little inside stuff. Well, I feel great tonight. I've just returned from playing the San Diego Naval Base. I went into a hotel in San Diego, and I said to the clerk, what are the rates? He said, it's $1.50 if you sleep on your side. We can get more people in that way. Give you an idea how crowded that hotel is. A major and a private got into a crowded elevator together. By the time the saluting was over, they were wearing each other's uniforms. That hotel lobby was so jammed with women, I had to pinch my leg 3 times to find out if it was my own. My case comes up tomorrow. Still, there aren't enough girls to go around. I know one girl who has 3 fellas. She goes out with a lieutenant at 9, a captain at 10, and a colonel at 11. Every Saturday, the 3 of them meet and synchronize their watches. The place is just jammed with men and women in the service. I saw a lot of pretty waves there. You know what a wave is. That's a sailor who says no. I saw one sailor looking at a picture of Betty Grable. I said, hasn't she got a beautiful face? He said, don't rush me. I'll get there. But the food problem down there is really serious. To get a plate of soup, you have to have a priority. To get a ham sandwich, you have to have a drag with a war production board, and to get a glass of milk, you have to have a pull with a cow. But enough of that. Here's the little gal who's earned a #1 priority in your pinup department, both in your barracks wall and in your heart, singing Johnny Mercer's Dixieland Band. It's Judy Garland.
The Dixieland Band. Let me tell you, brother, that the music was grand. They had a piano and a clarinet. Only thing they needed was a saxophone cornet. And that's what led to the ruin of the Dixieland Band. When the folks would holler for the maple leaf rag, they would get to jumping, but the music would drag. They had to keep him 'cause he played so sweet, but they needed someone who could give them a beat. Someone who jumped with the rhythm of the Dixieland Band. He'd play so sweetly. Instead of playing, he'd play so sweetly. They'd be saying, sure enough, he got them so they couldn't play right. Finally, he fixed them on a Saturday night. He hit a note that was off the chord. Apoplexy got them and they went to the Lord. And that's the pitiful story of the Dixieland Band. Now they're up in heaven and they're happy at last. 'Cause they found a trumpet man who really can blast. The way he swings them is an awful shame. He can really do it. Gabriel is his name. And now, folks, here is the sample. Listen to the Dixieland Band. Start to play. Don't you be afraid, it's the judgment day, 'cause it's just old Gabriel sounding his day. And the Dixieland Band is fixing to play.
Thanks, Judy. That was swell. You know, it's always a pleasure to hear you sing.
Oh, well, that's very sweet, Bob, but to tell the truth, I didn't come down here to command performance just to sing. I have something on my mind.
Me too. Let's get out of here, huh?
No, I'm serious, Bob. I really have quite a problem, and I want to ask you a big favor.
Well, sure, Jude. What is it?
Well, I know you're with Paramount, Bob, but you see, I'm making a musical for MGM, and I need a leading man. He must be very good-looking, tremendously talented, have loads of appeal for women, so naturally I came to see you.
Well, gee, thanks.
I thought sure you could recommend somebody. The choice for my next lead has just narrowed down to 2 men.
2 men?
Mm-hmm. Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra.
Well, go on. So far, you've only got a man and a half. And I'm not sure which is the half.
Well, it's an awfully hard decision to make, Bob. Shall I take Crosby or shall I take Sinatra?
Yes, which shall it be, flesh or fantasy?
Oh, Bob, I've got to have your advice. Please tell me honestly, what do you think of Bing Crosby? I think he's simply marvelous, just adorable, wonderful, and divine.
Well, I'm glad you asked me.
And now I want your honest opinion of Frank Sinatra.
Well...
Isn't he, though? And he has such a boyish smile. You know, he brings out the mother in everyone.
Not in me. Well, Judy, what do you want with a guy like Sinatra when I'm around?
Oh, Bob. Why, Frank Sinatra has more talent in his little finger than you have in your whole nose.
You really like Sinatra, huh?
I think he's solid.
You do. Did you ever tap his chest?
Well, that's a lot of propaganda. Frank Sinatra isn't really a weakling at all.
Oh, no. Did you ever watch him play with a yo-yo?
No, why?
The yo-yo stands still and Frankie goes up and down.
Well, you can knock Sinatra and Crosby all you please. But one of them is going to be my next leading man, and I've invited them both down here to audition for the part.
Oh, Sinatra and Crosby. Why don't you take me for your leading man? Forget about breathless and hairless.
Bob, my mind is made up.
But you need more than just a singer, Judy. You need a great lover. Why, when I kiss a girl, it's murder.
I know, and I'm too young to die.
You call kissing Sinatra living? But honestly, Judy, I run away from it. If you'd only reconsider. After all, what is Crosby anyhow?
Don't nobody answer that.